Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get MySQL ready for Visual Studio. So first of all, we're going to search for MySQL downloads and go to the MySQL downloads page. Then we're going to scroll down to MySQL Community Downloads. And then we want to download two things actually, MySQL Community Server and MySQL for Visual Studio. So you want to download the installer for Windows, the MSI installer. And for the MySQL Community Server, you want to also download the MySQL installer MSI. Okay, so once the MySQL for Visual Studio is ready, you're going to open it, you're going to install it. I have already installed it, so I don't want to install it again. So you're going to go along with the wizard. And actually what is this gonna do is that it's gonna allow you to connect to MySQL database. So when you go to data connections, right click on add connection, then you're gonna find in the data sources the MySQL database. So you're gonna choose it and then you're gonna provide the server name as we're gonna see later on. Okay, so now we're gonna download the Windows MSI installer for the community version of the MySQL server. Okay, so it's now done and we are installing the MySQL server. This is the MySQL installer. We're going to go to add and then we're going to expand the MySQL servers and we're going to add our server to the list. And we also are going to add them in the MySQL connectors, the connector for .NET, connector/.NET, okay? So we're going to choose it as well, so as to be able to connect to the server in the code, okay? Then we're going to go along with this wizard. Now we have to choose a root password. And we're going to use this password later on to connect to our MySQL server. So now we are done. Let's go back to our MySQL command line client actually, because we want to create two databases and test to test our connection with the MySQL server. So I'm creating two databases. One is called test and the other is called testDB. And when you go to our Visual Studio now, we want to add a connection. So we're going to the Server Explorer, right click on Data Connections, click Add Connection. Then we're gonna choose our data source, which is actually MySQL database. The server name is gonna be localhost in this case, and the username is root, and the password is whatever password you chose during the installation process. Then you're gonna choose the database name, which is actually we have the two databases that we've created, test and testDB. Okay, so far so good. Now we can install the MySQL Workbench, and this is actually like a GUI that will enable us to create tables and do whatever things that we want to do with our MySQL database server. And then once we're done, it's gonna open up the MySQL Workbench, okay, which is actually, like I said, a GUI to manage your server and create databases, tables, and as we're going to see later on in our tutorials. Okay, so you're going to click on local instance. This is your instance, and you're gonna type the password, and that's it. You're going to be inside your database right now. And when we go to the server status, we say that we now see that our server is running and everything's going on just fine. So that's it guys for this tutorial, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.